All right, guys, what's going on? We're back with episode 2 of Behind the Console. I'm Derek, and this is
Doc.
And today we wanted to talk about DAWs. We want to talk about EQ. We want to talk about compression. So I think we're going to start first with DAWs, and of course, the main DAW we're going to talk about is the amazing Pro Tools that we both have a very serious love and hate relationship with.
Shout out to Avid.
Shout out to Avid, even though you guys are taking all my money every single year, man.
Oh, bro, the amount of money that these guys took from my pocket is crazy. But they made me some money too, so it's all right, I guess.
It's true. But I guess the first thing we could talk about, something that really bothers me, is their pricing model. Because Avid, they have subscription every single year. It's a very hefty price. And I think between all the DAWs like Ableton, FL Studio, Logic, which are all one-time fees. You just pay one time, get all the features. You don't have to pay anything extra to use anything different or anything additional, any of the DAWs. But with Pro Tools, I think the subscription model has more benefits than the fixed price ones, right? The perpetual licenses.
I'll be a devil's advocate here, and I'm not even trying to defend them in any way because I am kind of cheesed about the way how they price everything. But there is certain things that, well, you can technically still get perpetual license for Pro Tools, right? It's just, it only works for a year with all the extra perks that it comes with.
Exactly.
And after a year, you can still use Pro Tools, but it has no more updates.
Exactly.
You can't use their plugins, like all the extra, the Pro compressors, Pro EQs, and all the extra stuff that comes with it.
Exactly.
I mean, again, I understand everything is a subscription model nowadays, unfortunately, most of the things. But yeah, actually, no. Ableton doesn't have a subscription. It's one-time payment.
No, Ableton has a one-time
I think they have a rent to own where you pay like 4 or 5 payments throughout the year.
Okay.
So
that's even better.
Yeah, instead of like paying $1,000 one time, you pay like $200 or $250 for like 4 months or 5 months or something.
Yeah, that's perfect. But with Pro Tools, well, for you, you're using Ultimate, right?
Yeah.
So yours is how much a year?
In American dollars, I believe is $5.99 or $4.99. In Canadian dollars, it's probably like $500 million a year.
I mean, with the conversion rate nowadays, yeah, basically.
We're getting punished.
Yeah.
I think I used to do subscriptions. So I used to do monthly for years. I think I was doing monthlies.
You weren't doing the yearly subscription because that's cheaper.
Yeah, but right now I'm doing annually.
Okay.
But before I used to do monthly.
Oh, say word. Why were you not doing the annual one?
Because, hey man, I didn't want to drop, whatever it was at the time, one time, right? So my mentality was, whatever, I'm just gonna pay, $117 a month. I think that what came up to. $117 Canadian. But then they added, I think they were like, by the time when the conversion changed and all that stuff, it was like 120 something bucks a month. And mine, I think I started using Pro Tools HDX I think it was probably like 2017 or 2018.
Okay. So you're just on well, now it's called Studio, but the regular version.
No, it was Ultimate.
No, I'm saying before.
Oh, like
Ultimate.
before. Yeah. I was on the regular one before, and I was paying let's say $117 because I remember that's the last number monthly that I remember.
So let's think. Don't mean to cut you off, but let's think about this for a second. So $117 a
lot
month,
of money,
and you've been using Pro Tools
a lot of money,
15 plus years.
Yeah, but the thing is that before there was no subscriptions. It was just buy it one time. Like I started using subscription probably from like I think it was because I had the perpetual before.
Oh, so you started with perpetual, then you moved to the subscription.
I moved to subscription because that was the time when they kind of changed their model and they were like, they added their like extra plugins and a whole bunch of extra stuff, right? But again, to kind of, I don't even want to say defend them, but Avid is an American company. Everything is in American dollars. So if you look at it from just perspective of USD, when you're looking at the number itself, it's like, it doesn't look too bad.
Yeah.
It's just like once you convert it into Canadian, then it becomes like, man, we were paying like extra 30%, 40% on top of, maybe, I think it's like 30%.
Yeah.
So you know, it definitely hurts the pockets. And again, at the time I was just doing it monthly. I didn't care. In mind, that was the time when, you know, I was still running the Studio B and stuff. Subscription Studio B, that was like $40 because that was the regular Pro Tools, 36 something. So it adds up. I was probably paying around 150 or $160 a month.
It's crazy.
For Pro Tools.
You guys been stealing our money, man. Avid, bro. What's going on, man?
Yeah, but again, it's like just to justify certain things about that. I don't know about you. Do you have do you use subscription or?
Yeah, I use subscription, but I pay annually. It's after the conversion, I think it comes around to $5.
Yeah, I pay almost 900.
Yeah, because you have the ultimate.
Yeah, but it's 900 annually when I pay just one time $9.
Yeah, exactly.
Because before I was paying around 1,300 a year. Like
that's crazy.
If I'm paying monthly.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So it's definitely it's definitely a big number. However, every now and then there is a promotion where you can get it for like 30-40% less.
Yeah.
So I'm always trying to kind of time it. Like the thing is that every single time they do it is like around maybe March, and my subscription renews in like October.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't want to spend extra $5-6 in March to wait until October comes. But it also, it also might make sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of the thing. But just to I guess justify their pricing. What I do appreciate is that they kind of have their what is it called again? Something circle.
Oh, Pro Tools Inner Circle.
Inner Circle.
They have the different benefits for members. They have free plugins, and I think they also have. Well, they just started. I think it's recently, but they started doing like interviews with engineers, or started doing breakdowns with engineers as well. Yeah, they have some. I know they had one with like Baines. They had some with a bunch of different engineers. Basically, it's just. They're just sitting, kind of like a mix with the masters, but a little bit more simpler. They're just sitting down side by side, someone from Pro Tools, and the guy's just breaking down his mix.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't even know that they had that. I didn't see that.
Yeah, they have that stuff now.
But the Inner Circle, I'm not gonna lie, there's a couple of plugins that they added to it, and I use those plugins quite a lot.
Which ones?
I like the Inspirata.
Inspirata. What plugin is that?
It's a reverb.
Oh, the reverb. Okay.
It's a light version. It doesn't have all the rooms and stuff. But it's kind of like, what was that? Oh, I forgot the timer. Altiverb. You know the Altiverb?
Altiverb, yes.
So it's kind of similar type of, I guess, ideology where you have like different rooms and stuff. And it's like, it sounds really good. I really like it.
Okay. Nice.
I think it comes with maybe around 25 to 30 different rooms.
Wow, that's a lot.
The main version, like the standard version has probably like 100, and then they have like a pro, which has like a whole bunch of more. But even with the rooms that they have, and they have like churches and like halls and cathedrals, there's like a cave. I think it's based of impulse response.
Okay.
I think so. I'm not 100% sure, but sounds really good. So there's a couple of plugins that I like, or the PSP Alt Timer. That's another one that I like.
Yes, that one's good.
Yeah,
I've used that one before, yes.
There's a couple of them, and even like certain things, they did have, they give you 3 plugins from Plugin Alliance that you can, you can claim.
Yes, I think they also have a discount with Mix with the Masters.
Yeah.
I think they have a discount with Soothe, I think as well.
Maybe, possibly, I'm not sure.
I think one of those plugins will. So yeah, there's a couple benefits, but at the end of the day, is it really worth the money you're paying every single month?
I mean, look, again, it's one of those things where we use it to make money, right? So it's kind of like, I mean, how much do you pay how much is your phone bill?
A month?
Yeah.
Right now, my phone was pretty cheap. It's like $40 a month.
Damn, I need to get one.
I have 120 gigabytes.
That's crazy.
5G plus.
Who are you with?
With Bell.
I'm with Bell too. I gotta call these guys.
Yeah, I ran the finesse, man.
That's crazy. $40.
$40, 120 gigabytes, 5G plus.
Huh? I gotta double check with these guys. I'm paying $75.
For how much data?
40.
40? Damn, really?
Yeah.
40 gigabytes?
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta call them, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna double check what's going on with my account. But again, it's like, I mean, 40 gigs is still plenty. I don't think I ever burned through more than like 20, maybe 25.
100%.
And that's like when I'm out, and about.
Yeah, I mean, our lives, we're in the studio every day.
Yeah.
There's always Wi-Fi, so. But
sure.
I think one of the main benefits of having the subscription model is being able to use heat all the time. I
Oh
think,
yeah, because he doesn't come without the subscription, huh?
yeah.
Oh yeah, these guys are finesse.
And even if it did, I think it only, like what you said, it only would last for the year. You know, but I think the addition of having heat has been a big benefit, even if it just adds that extra 1% to use it within your workflow and within your mix as well.
I think he definitely gives a different grit, and you can like just by moving the drive and the color,
Yeah.
you can take the mix from one direction to another direction
100%.
by just like switching everything, you know. So it's like it's
100%.
definitely a very useful tool. It's almost like I don't think I've mixed without it since I got it.
No, me neither. I just bypass it sometimes on certain tracks. Like if I have like a very heavy 808, for example, I'll just bypass it, or a kick sample that's a little too squashed.
Yeah. So individually, you would bypass it, but not like throughout the whole thing.
Yeah,
I do
never
that
throughout
too.
the whole thing. I think it just adds that little bit of bump.
Yeah.
Gets that nice lift sometimes. You know.
I think I'm not 100% sure, but I think I remember I was reading that was I might be wrong here, but it was designed by is it Dave? Yeah, Dave Hill. Rest in peace. The guy that did that created Crane Song.
He's the one who designed the heat?
I believe so. Yeah.
Really?
He also designed there's like a saturation plugin that they have. What is it called?
Crane Song?
Yeah.
Phoenix.
Yeah.
I don't have that, but have you used it before?
I haven't used it, no.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people use it. It looks really good, to be honest. I just haven't actually got into it, but I think it's also, I think it's like $3.
I think it's more.
USD.
Yeah. It's an expensive plugin.
Yeah.
But again, Crane Song is a great company. I got a Crane Song compressor.
Yes.
I've had another compressor that I kind of regret that I sold, but it is what it is. There's a cool video on YouTube about like Crane Song and Dave Hill, and he was still alive. And there's like I think it's like a 2-hour long video, and he's basically saying how he started the company, where he got the name from. He used to work like construction on cranes.
Oh, that's why he called it Crane Song?
He got
Crazy.
basically like he was. I don't know if he was working on the actual cranes, but he said like on the construction sites there were cranes, and he like kind of put it all together and said crane. You know, he came up with the name Crane Song, and it was like in a small town. It's like in a super boonies.
You should have done the same thing, man,
With what?
when you were doing construction.
Oh yeah,
Crane Studios.
I should have. There was no cranes. It was just insulation and drywall, bro.
Installation Studios.
You know. But anyway, let's go back to the DAW talk, because we're going a little bit off topic. Yeah, let's go back to Pro Tools.
What do you use for your metering right now? Which metering system are you using?
The meters?
Yeah. 'Cause there's like Pro Tools, the classic one, the RMS, Sample Peak, there's Linear.
I think Linear Extended.
Yeah.
That's the one that I use.
Yeah. I think Linear Extended to
Sounds
me,
the best to me.
You're gonna start it like this, man. I think Linear Extended is the best one just because it's the most detailed.
Yeah, it gives you the most clarity.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. We had this, I don't know if you guys have seen, but there was this engineer called Bob Horn, and he was on a
Shout
podcast.
out to Bob, man. No.
Yeah, he's a legendary guy.
Yeah.
I think he mixed some MJ records back in the day. He's done a lot of big records, so great engineer, but it's just a conversation we had. But he was basically discussing that the Pro Tools meters, the different meters in Pro Tools all have a different sound, which is very controversial because some people did a null test and it came back that there was no difference whatsoever. But to him, he swears by, he hears it. I think he also said Linear Extended is the best one. He said that one's the best one.
I mean, look, it looks the best to me.
It does look the best.
I know.
Detailed.
I think, you know what, when it comes to those things, in my opinion, I mean, look, everybody can hear whatever they hear when they use Pro Tools. Somebody might hear something, somebody else might hear something else. I mean, I went to ChatGPT. That was the first thing. Shout out to ChatGPT. And I asked, can Pro Tools meters affect the sound of Pro Tools? And the first answer the ChatGPT gave me was no. Like,
what was the explanation? Do you remember?
it just basically said that the metering is not I don't remember exactly, but it is not part of the sound engine. It just shows you like, the visual side of things, right?
Which makes sense. Like, why would it be part of it It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, look, at the end of the day, as I'm saying, like what metering does, it definitely changes your decisions. So just by that, it's gonna change the way how you approach the mix in certain ways. Because for example, Pro Tools Classic, I don't know, I'm not a fan of Pro Tools Classic because it just, there's something I didn't like about the way how it shows the not the gain reduction, but just the levels of audio.
Yeah, I think it goes down to 20.
Maybe.
Linear extended goes all the way down to 60.
Maybe. I think for me too is like I went to my preferences in metering in Pro Tools, and I changed a couple of things. Like I changed the green light, I changed the orange line, and I changed when it peaks.
You can change the color?
Not the color, but you can change the levels where it peaks.
Oh, okay.
So I would like turn it down by 4 or 5 dB. So just by doing that, when I'm looking at the meters, I have a little bit more headroom because I'm like, oh, you know what I mean? Like I'm almost forced to kind of mix a little bit lower.
Wait, what do you mean by this? You turned it down, the meters by 4
No,
dB?
not the meters itself. It's just like the way how it pictures or visualizes the meter itself.
Yeah.
You can change, you know how you get the green, orange, and red when it peaks? So you can change where the green goes, when the orange goes, when the red goes.
When it goes?
When it hits. So let's say instead of, you know, let's say green is between 0 and -18.
Okay.
Orange is -18 to -1.
Oh, like you can show, oh, okay, I get
So
what
it's
you
like
mean.
I would change it. So
get what you
instead of like doing it so it goes, I don't remember exactly. I think it was like 36. I changed it to like 44.
Okay, so
something.
you see it sooner,
Exactly.
like the compression.
Not the comparison,
Or
just the meter
the green,
itself.
the orange.
Yeah. So that's why I did, just to not to fool myself, but again, when I see it, my response to what I see is going to be a little bit different how I approach the certain decisions, right? So
Yeah, for sure.
I think that's 100% how it's going to affect the sound, but I think altering the meters themselves is not really going to have any impact. And even when it comes to you know, printing and nulling and this and that, I mean, I don't even know if you can really do it because, okay, you print something with one set of meters and then you print something with another one, and then you bring it back. What meters are you going to have when you bring it back? Like, it kind of doesn't really make sense to me, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, but that's just, you know, that's kind of how I see it. But yeah, it definitely does not change the sound. ChatGPT 100% confirmed.
ChatGPT says so, then it's true.
Yeah. Anything that ChatGPT says, I'm like, you know what? I'm at the point of my life when I think I trust ChatGPT 99%.
I mean, technically, it's taking information all across the web, right?
Yeah.
And it's giving you an answer.
Yeah, there was like a 1-2 things that I feel that it didn't give me a quite right, like the correct answer. I kind of had to correct it. But for most of the part, it was spot on.
Yeah.
You know, even like, man, I'm not gonna lie to you. You know, after kind of doing all my all the numbers and stuff, like the MUSO credits and all that, so I'm like, you know what? I think I'm at the point where I kind of build some type of leverage. So I want to like kind of go a little bit more into a legal way of things about mixing. I don't even know if I should say it on camera, but whatever, man, I don't care. We just having a conversation. If it goes, it goes. But basically, what I want to do is like, I want to do it based on the thing where like after X amount of streams, I'm getting paid extra money for the mix. If that makes sense, for the work that I've done. Because we don't really get any royalties on the mixes, right? But I'm like, man, there are songs that hit like crazy numbers and I got paid just once. And then I'm looking at it, I'm like, man, that's kind of not really fair, you know what I mean?
So that means you got to set up an agreement though beforehand, right?
Yeah. And that's how ChatGPT came to. I was like, ChatGPT, I would like to create an agreement contract between me and the artist when, like, you know, after X amount of streams, like the artist pays me for the mix one time, but if the song reaches certain amount of streams, then I'm getting additional, you know, payment of X amount of dollars, and then after another additional X amount of streams, I would get extra X amount of dollars until it accumulates, you know. So and like I just literally typed it in and it came up with the whole entire contract.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
And he's like, would you like me to save it as PDF for you? I was like, yes. You know, so
ChatGPT replacing lawyers, replacing editors, replacing
it's
everyone.
crazy.
Might as well start replacing therapists, man.
Man, hopefully it's not going to replace us.
I mean, have you ever tried? Is it possible to upload a song and be like, can you mix this for me? There's no way, right? I don't think it's possible.
I don't think so. I mean, look, not right now, but who knows what's going to happen in the future, you know? You know what's this? I think, again, we not talking about Pro Tools right now, but whatever, we having a conversation. I think what is becoming scary, I don't know if it's scary, but sometimes when I listen to songs on the, you know, social media, Instagram and all that stuff, there's like a very specific sound or character that almost sounds like all songs sound the same. The vocals sound the same, the reverb sound the same, like everything has like a very specific sound to it.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like, I'm not saying it's not in any way bad, or it's not in any way good, it's just like, there's like a standard of sound that we kind of have right now.
Yeah, I feel you.
But
I think it depends on the genre of music as well.
yeah.
You know, I feel like especially for a lot of pop records, I feel that a lot of mix engineers, they approach the mixing these like radio hits in a similar way.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? There's kind of like, when it comes to pop, I feel like there's a lot of structure and there's a lot of methodology behind it. Like, oh, this has to be like this or this has to be like this, as opposed to, you know, something more indie or even something more R&B. Sometimes I feel like things can vary a lot more. Yeah. But I feel like for a very traditional song, sometimes there is like a method towards it. So maybe that's why sometimes things just sound the same.
Yeah.
Even the production too contributes to that as well, right?
Yeah, I think for me it's mainly just the way how the vocals sound. There's like just the compression and just, but again, it's like, it's not bad in any way. It's just like, it almost feels like it's becoming, everything is done the same way.
Yeah.
It's kind of lacking a little bit of character in a sense. And again, it's not like it sounds bad. It's just like, it would be cool to hear more creativity.
For sure.
To the things, you know, but it is what it is. That's just the times that we live in. But anyway, let's go back to Pro Tools and Avid. And like, I think it's like, you know, there's so many DAWs at the end of the day.
So let me ask you this question. You know, because I think when people start off, and I've been asked this question many times, and I know you've definitely been asked this question many times, is people always ask, is there a right DAW? Like, is there a better DAW? Is there a better sounding DAW as well? Or does it not matter? And my answer is, I think the DAWs, you should choose one that caters towards your workflow. Because I think when I'm looking at like if I'm mixing, this is for engineering specifically, but when I'm looking at Pro Tools and I'm looking at how things are routed, auxes, audio tracks, I feel like it just makes sense in terms of engineering, how everything is routed, 100%. How visually it even looks. It makes sense. Like my brain can see like from this track is going to this track, the sends are going from here to here, the buses, like it all makes sense. But I think when it comes to production, I think Pro Tools is not my favorite. It doesn't work as well for my workflow, which is why I prefer something like Ableton. So I think at the end of the day, when it comes to choosing a certain DAW, it always just depends on what works best for you.
Yeah, I mean, my answer is basically the same. When it comes to DAWs, I mean, look, it's like what car you want to drive.
Exactly.
Some people like this, some people like that. Some people like to take the corner certain ways. Some people value comfort. Some people value speed. So it really depends on what you're looking for. Pro Tools is definitely designed for mixing. Like there's no questions about it. I think just, you know, and even like the way how Avid incorporate, you know, their equipment and the cards and the control surfaces and all that stuff is like, it just works nicely with Pro Tools. You plug it in, no issues, it's very intuitive, very easy to get the bussing done. You know, it's like, it's common sense. It's like a DAW with a lot of common sense. It's not complicated. A lot of people say, oh, Pro Tools is so complicated. It's the simplest one out of all of them.
I think it can look intimidating if you're looking at the edit window and you're looking at all the tracks and everything laid out. But once you realize every track is the same thing, it's not complicated.
It's not complicated though. I feel like, you know, again, Would I do a live show with Pro Tools? Hell no. I tried it once. I remember when I was starting doing live shows, I was like, I didn't really know Ableton, and like I was playing with it, but I wasn't comfortable with it yet. I was like, man, like let me try doing this thing in Pro Tools.
Yeah.
And I just kept getting errors and this and that and like DAE, some. So I was like, nah.
Yeah.
So, I went to Ableton is beautiful because you can literally throw your computer, do anything with it, move it to the side, connect things on the go, unplug things on the go. It works.
Oh, reliable.
It's super reliable for live shows. With Pro Tools, you move something the wrong way, stops.
Yeah, that's the one thing we didn't mention about Pro Tools, man, is the amount of crashes you get, the amount of errors you get. Like sometimes I'll be in the middle of a session, it'll just boom, disappear. It just says error, or it's just so many things, so many times where it's just so inconvenient.
I think, and again, I don't even know if, I don't know who's there to blame for it. Cause we have all those plugins. Sometimes the plugins crash Pro Tools.
Yes, sometimes the plugins crash Pro Tools.
So it's like, that's the thing. It's like, I don't want to say it's always Pro Tools that is at fault, but I have the same plugins in Ableton that I have in Pro Tools, and I don't have the same issues in Ableton that I have in Pro Tools.
Which makes me to believe that it's Pro Tools.
Yeah. And it's a different, it's a different coding, right? It's a different engine, because Ableton uses the AAX, the VST, and the Pro Tools is using AAX.
Yeah.
But I would say like this, man. What was your first Pro Tools?
Like version?
Yeah.
Well, it's when I first started using Pro Tools, so that would be 2020.
Oh, you're a baby.
I started engineering 2020.
So that's like Pro Tools. So that's like Pro Tools 2020. Because they already,
Yeah.
I started with Pro Tools 7.1.
Yeah, you've seen it evolve a lot throughout the
You know what I mean? So it's like I started with the old, like, and mind, there was people that were using Pro Tools 6, Pro Tools 5, Pro Tools 4. So it's like, I'm somewhere in the middle. I'm not even at the very beginning of things. And I can tell you, going from Pro Tools 7 to what it is right now is two completely different worlds. You know what I mean?
100%.
I feel like the biggest change was when they opened the I don't know if it's an audio engine, but back in the day, you couldn't use Pro Tools without DigiDesigns at the time, without DigiDesigns hardware.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it's like you can only use it with their stuff. You can't plug in with anything. I think there was like a version that worked with a couple of M audio interfaces, but it was locked to the hardware.
Interesting.
So I think they unlocked it around 2010, maybe 2011. So that was the first time when it's like, that was a big deal. That was like, all of a sudden Pro Tools, you can use like any interface you want with it. And that was probably the time when it was the most buggy.
That makes sense. They have to do a lot of compatibility.
Yeah. So there was a lot of, I was using, I had the Digi O2 for the longest time, like the rack. Well, I had the MBox 2 Pro, then I switched it to Digi O2. And then as soon as they opened up the like those locks, I got the Focusrite Sapphire 56.
Okay.
And that was like a decent interface. Like that was basically what Apollo was before Apollo was. That was the first company. They were the first company that created the preamps, the digital preamps that you can change and all that stuff. It had like their own version of console and all that stuff. So Focusrite started that, but then Universal Audio just took all this sauce and made it a million times better.
I mean, UAD these days, they definitely have the most popular interface.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, 100%.
Especially with the Volt that they released. So that's an even lower introductory level interface that a lot of people can use when they're starting off. I think it's only like 3 bills or 4 bills.
Yeah, honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I haven't really seen anybody with Volt.
I know Nate has one.
Nate?
Yeah, John Jadot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he has one. I know he uses one. But yeah, I think definitely Apollo, when it comes to just overall functionality, it definitely makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, for sure.
The quality of the preamps, the quality of the conversion. Even if you get like an X8 or an X16, you do get a fair number of channels.
Yeah.
So I think it's for someone who's looking for one all-around solution when it comes to their conversion preamps and everything, definitely Apollo is a very popular choice.
I've had multiple Apollos.
Yeah.
I've had the first, was it the Firewire one. There was like the Apollo rack with the Firewire. Then they switched it to Thunderbolt, and it just kept Thunderbolt for a minute. And then they switched it to USB. I don't know, but there was like a time when you only had Apollo for Mac and Apollo for Windows.
Yeah.
I think they don't do it anymore, right? There's like just one thing right
now. I think so. Because I do remember I remember one time I had a session, this guy wanted to use his PC, but he pulled up with because at that time when I first started, I had the Apollo. And I think my Apollo only works for Thunderbolt. Yeah, so I think he had to pull up and he had to bring his Apollo, which is for his Mac. Sorry, for his PC. Yeah, which is pretty stupid to be honest, but that's how they get you, man. That's how they get you buying more Apollos.
Yeah, I mean, man, it's I think it's a crazy game right now too. I just feel like everything kind of becomes, how much can we sell to who and how many times,
100%.
So obviously, it's a corporate world, right? It's like they're just trying to sell the product. That's why we got subscriptions. That's why we got all those things that, we just keep paying for.
Yeah.
But again, it's just part of the game. It is an expensive game, but it is what it is.
Definitely.
So.
Yeah. So the next thing we want to talk about today, we want to talk about, just a light introductory towards EQs and compressors. Obviously, EQs, compressors, we could definitely have a conversation about a whole day just about EQs, a whole day about compressors, but we'll just do a little 1-2 today, just a little introductory. So I guess I could start by asking you, what is your go-to favorite EQ? Let me ask you this actually. Desert Island EQ, Desert Island compressor. You can only choose one for each.
Is there electricity on the island or no?
That's not a factor.
What do you mean?
Just choose whatever, like you're on a desert island, you can only choose one.
Plug-in, right?
Yeah, plug-in.
Jeez, man.
Only one.
But that's not even a fair question though, because it's like it's tools, right? For me, it's like the way how I look at EQs, compressors, it's like you have a screwdriver and you have different screws. He's not going to use the same screwdriver if the screw is too big or if it's too small.
Oh, I understand that. I'm just saying, like, if you had to only choose one, which one would you go with? Just as a question,
One EQ.
One EQ.
For the rest of my life.
The rest of your life.
That's so boring. Yeah. I mean, look, I would say like this. I use EQs for, and that's kind of going around the answer, but I'm going to give you the actual one EQ. I use EQs for sculpturing the textures, the sound, the cleaning, and like I use EQs to kind of shape the mix as I go. There's certain EQs that have a lot of color. They have just a lot of flavor to them. And there are EQs that you just kind of put them on the channel. You don't even know they are there until you start moving the bands, right? I think for me, from the practicality level, and again, I use the SSL X2 EQ. I use it a lot, but I know there's a lot of people that will use Pro Q2, for example, or Pro Q. No, is it
Pro Q3? Well, we're on 4 now.
Okay, yeah, 4. So whatever.
3.
So it's like I got Pro Q as well. Shout out to Derek.
Yes, sir. Skis.
But I always tend to go to SSL because for me it's more intuitive. I kind of like put it on, bam, 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 look for the frequency is there. I feel like Pro Q is better technically because it has a little bit more features and options. You can do like, the dynamic EQ and
SSL doesn't have dynamic features?
No.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, it just has the straight, just gain up and down.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I
see.
I don't think they have one that has, maybe there's another EQ from SSL that has the dynamic option. But for me, it's like, I'm trying to like, I put it on and I try to get to the source as quick as I can. I don't want to start like clicking this, clicking that, do this, and that. I'm like, I gotta click it, find the frequency, up, down, clean it, move it, shift it, this and that onto the next one.
For sure.
So for that reason, I would go with the SSL X2, but it's not necessarily because it's the best EQ or like the most versatile. It's just like I'm just used to using it for what is designed to do.
Yeah, makes sense. And it's also a very clean EQ. So when it comes to cleaning up frequencies, it's very neutral.
Yeah,
you know?
for sure.
And then you can add all your coloration afterwards or saturation or
Exactly,
even the channel strip.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
What about you?
I would say for me, definitely Pro Q3. You know, when I first started mixing, I was using the REQ by Waves. The REQ6. It's
The
like
blue one?
the blue one.
Yeah.
I remember I was using that first. I was using that for so long because I remember before I met you, there was this other guy that had an instructor. His name was Ross. And I went to his studio a couple of times. He always used the REQ. So I was like, oh, this must be like the best EQ, whatever. So I was always using the REQ, but it limits you to only 6 bands. Yeah, 6 bands. But honestly, it's still a really good compressor. I mean, sorry, really good EQ.
Yeah.
But definitely my favorite is Pro Q3. I think it just makes the most sense to me. And it's like you said, it gets me to the final point the fastest.
Fair enough.
You know? And they just released the Pro Q4. I don't know, have you tested it yet?
I've tried it. It's cool. There's a couple of new features that they added.
Yeah. They have the one that it's basically turns into like Soothe. Yeah. I tried it. I don't feel like it's as good as Soothe though. I feel like it doesn't detect the frequencies as well. Because you tried to set a band for it to detect, but sometimes it only chooses certain frequencies in the middle. It's not as widespread as Soothe. Yeah. But definitely, I think Pro Q3 is my favorite. It's a very neutral sounding EQ. It's very clean.
Yeah.
So when it comes to cleaning frequencies, it definitely gets the job done for me.
Fair enough. Yeah. For me, I don't use Pro Q as much. I use it every now and then. I don't have anything against it. Like there's definitely for me, Pro Q is more surgical. When I need to get like dynamic EQ and just do certain things like more notches. When I'm like I need to be more surgical and more precise, I'll go with that. But I think my favorite plugin from Fab Filter is, and I use it almost on everything, on every mix, not on everything, but in every mix is the Pro MB.
Yes, I love the Pro MB.
Yeah.
Pro MB is a great plugin.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, when it comes to multi-banding, for sure.
So that's on the EQ side, but
how narrow does the band go on the SSL?
There's different, there's I think 6 or 7 different notches that you can do. So you would like turn it on, and then on the bottom of it, you just toggle it, and it like changes the actual.
But what about the Q, the value of the Q? Like, can it go like how? Because I think in Pro Q it can go up to like 20. Is it 20? I think around 20, which is like
it goes pretty narrow. Yeah, it goes pretty narrow.
Yeah.
SSL is not super narrow, but what I like about it, it has like you can hear the change right away when you switch in between the. I don't know if it's like a different algorithm or something. I'm not sure what it does exactly.
With the different bands?
Yeah, but the thing is that in SSL, basically what it does, and there's like a button on the bottom of the plugin where you click it, it shows you how the phase shifts when you change the.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
So it's like
that's cool.
You would, let's say, put it on the let's say top end, but then it shows you where the phase shifts on the bottom or like in the mid range. So it's kind of like
I didn't know that.
Yeah, when you move it, it's kind of like you see exactly what happens in the
that makes sense
in the thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's basically it on the EQ side.
Yeah.
But question, okay, so that's on the surgical side. What is your favorite EQ for creative stuff?
Creative stuff. Honestly, I think when it comes to other EQs, definitely channel strips. I think channel strips, they have a lot of color. Well, depending on the kind of channel strip.
No channel strips, EQ strip.
But there's an EQ on the channel strip.
Yeah, but channel strip is a little bit different beast. Like, yeah, there's the EQ, but it comes with the compressor, it comes with other stuff. I'm talking, you add in like more than just EQ, right? Because then it's like you have the EQ, but then you have a character of a compressor, you might have a character of the gate, you might have the character of like the THD or whatever it is and all that stuff, right?
Okay.
Just straight EQ. Straight EQ just for the creativity or the flavor, color, or whatever.
So So what kind of EQs, what would yours be then for that?
I think for me it's Pultec.
Pultec?
Yeah.
Okay. Pultec is really nice.
Pultec, I alternate between the UAD Pultec and the Avid Pultec.
Oh, you use the Avid Pultec?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
It's cleaner.
I don't use the Avid Pultec a lot. I use I have the Legacy UAD Pultec. So not the grayish looking one.
Yeah, I have that too. But you don't have the new one?
Which new one?
Like the newer one, the Pultec? Because
I don't think I have that one plug-in.
Really?
Yeah. I just have the Legacy one.
Oh, interesting.
Legacy or yeah, Legacy one.
But isn't the new one that comes with the UAD stuff? No, it's like part of the bundle. Am I tripping? Maybe not. I thought so.
I'm not sure, to be honest.
Yeah, for me it's definitely a Pultec. But yeah, the difference between the UAD and the Avid Pultec, sometimes every now and then I would use the Better Maker one that comes with the plugin alliance. There's also a Pultec. They all technically they emulate the same thing, but they sound a little bit different. There's definitely differences in between like how it hits. If I'm looking to add a little bit more like, okay, UAD Pultec, it's almost like when you put it on, it does this to the sound.
Okay.
I don't know if that makes sense, but it's like it's not the mist or anything, but like it adds something around the sound. It makes it like not hazy, but it adds like a character.
I think the Pultec, whenever I add the Pultec, it always makes whatever I'm adding to it fatter.
Yeah,
Like instantly when I put it on, it's a little bit more, it just feels bigger to me when I listen to it.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, yeah, I guess depends on where you put it. Yeah, the Avid Pultec is cleaner. It's more defined. So for example, I use a lot of Pultec on like my background vocals and stuff on the bus.
Okay.
So if I get a mix that already feels pretty like thick on the background vocals and stuff, I would use the Avid because I don't want to add that extra
color.
You know, I'm just trying to get the Pultec feel without all the extra stuff. But if the sound is just, you know, if the background vocals are cleaner and there's not much going on, or not only, you know, it might be a piano, it might be anything, I would add the UAD because it adds just that extra texture to it.
Yeah.
You know,
For sure. You use it a lot for brightening?
Pultec?
Yeah.
Sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes I do.
I think it has a pretty smooth top end, especially when it comes to vocals as well.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I think my favorite thing on the Pultec is the bandwidth.
The bandwidth, yeah, the bandwidth is nice.
So that's kind of like, you know, how I kind of find where I want the bandwidth to be, and then like I slowly move the knobs and find you know, where I want it to be.
Yeah, the Pultec is an interesting plugin though. I remember when I first started using it because how the buttons are divided is very funny.
Yeah.
You know, it's in like triangles, so it's like this and then like the edge here.
Yeah.
So when I first started using it, I was like, I'd be changing the bandwidth, but then I'd be changing like the low end. But I'm like, oh, wait, why isn't it changing the shape of it? And it was so funny. And then you read the manual and you can see how everything is divided. So you have to be careful sometimes with plugins.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
You don't want to do too much, you know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
So that's, okay. So for me, did you say the same thing?
Pultec?
Yeah, for me it was Pultec. Is it the same thing for you?
I do love the Pultec. Yeah, it'll probably be the Pultec on individual tracks. I do use the Pultec a lot. I'm trying to think of what else. There's the Soma, but I feel like I use that more on just my mix bus.
Yeah.
I've been using the Curve Bender a lot as well. The Curve Bender is really, really nice.
Yeah, I like Curve Bender.
Yeah, but probably on individual tracks, the Pultec is probably my favorite as well.
Yeah, I don't know if I ever told you, but I named my cat after Soma, the plugin.
Your cat's name's Soma?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I named her after the plugin. I'm not even lying.
That's crazy. You gotta buy a hardware one. I think it's like 10 bands though.
12, I was looking
12
at.
bands?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, look, it's maybe at some point I will. I would say I've been using it a lot on my master bus. Lately, past maybe 2-3 months, I'm using it less on the master bus. Not because I don't like it, but it's because I added, like, since I added the Avalon 747.
Oh, true.
It kind of like, it's like I'm not trying to overcook what I have on my master bus, you know what I mean?
Fair enough.
And yeah, Soma was the one that had to go. I shifted it to do other roles in the mix. It's not on the master bus anymore. But you know, my master bus is only Exciter first, and then I have the BX Digital 3 V3.
Oh, I love that plugin. I forgot about that plugin. That is a great plugin.
Yeah.
I love that plugin.
But I feel like that plugin is great for like final, very precise
Yes.
mastering like decisions.
Yes.
I don't use it much for mixing. Like I have it on my master bus when I mix, but what I use it for on my master bus is just to do those little
Tiny
notches,
Yeah.
shift certain things for the mastering purposes. So by the time when I get it to the master, I'm like, I already did all those little things. But then I would use it in the master again, just to like touch it up again. You
It's
know?
a great plugin. The stereo widener is also really great on that plugin.
Yeah, I don't
as
use
well.
a stereo widener in that one.
I think that one's really great. Because sometimes on my music, on my instruments, I'll use the vitalizer to widen it.
Yeah.
But sometimes depending on what's going on in the kind of like, whether it's like a pad, guitar, or piano, sometimes if I throw the digital on it and I use the widener, it gives me a better feel.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I love that plugin. Very good for surgical decisions, but a lot of like cool features as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, mid-side mode as well.
Yeah. Do you, when you use it, do you use it in the mode where you can like, when you click the frequency, it solos the thing? Do you use it like that, or do you just let it, you kind of just use your ears?
I just use my ears. I think sometimes when you use the solo version, because you know how sometimes when you EQ, some people will say like, change it to a very narrow band, go all the way up to like 30 dB and just like sweep.
Yeah.
I feel like sometimes when you do that, unless you know exactly what frequency you're looking for, you're trying to take out, I think sometimes when you do it that way, everything just sounds like it's too much.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, so I have to be careful with that. So I just use my ears. I don't really use the solo.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I don't, for me, it's like the whole method of just like boosting something and going around it to find the frequency, that's like, I understand why people do it, but it's nonsense to me. It's like, I like, this is not what I do. But what I like to do with the, like, I would say I would go 50-50 on that. But sometimes, especially in the mastering, I tend to solo the frequencies because the way how I use that plugin, I look for the frequency that resonates the most, but it's not the annoying resonating frequency. It's something that I feel like I want to pop a little bit more in the mix, and then I would like maybe boost it like 0.1, 0.2 dB.
Yeah.
And then I kind of do those little notches, and that's how I use it, you know?
Yeah, so you know what you're looking for.
Yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
I think that's for me too. Whenever I sweep, I always know what I'm looking for. If it's like, I hear something and I'm listening to the mix, I'm like, okay, there's too much of like 3K or 4K, which really pierces the ear sometimes. I'm like, okay, let me find exactly where that frequency is. If it's like 3100, 3200, 3300, so you can find that exact detail. But apart from that, like you said, I don't just sweep and I hear something, I'm like, oh, this sounds too much, let me dip that, let me dip that, let me dip that, because then you're just taking away all the transients from your mix, right? And that's what makes your mix sound really boring at the end.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
What else do you have on your master bus?
Master bus, Exciter, Soma or Curve Bender,
Okay.
and digital sometimes, and that's it. Because I run through the portico, I use the compressor on the portico. I don't hit it too hard, but I use the compressor on the portico, and I use the widener on the portico as well.
Okay.
Yeah, so nothing too much, honestly. I don't want to go too crazy on my mix bus either.
And do you use the BX in stereo or MS mode?
I use the MS mode.
MS.
Yeah, I use the MS mode. I do, honestly, I think when I first learned about MS.
Shout out to MS.
Shout out to MS. Literally, that's literally why I just paused. Shout out to MS. But when I first learned about MS, like MS mode for EQs, when I was first starting, I was doing it everywhere. I was doing it here, I was doing it there, but I realized it works when you need it. It's not always like, oh, let me take out the middle here, let me take out the side here, let me take out the middle here. Like, it's all about listening to where the problems are and using it accordingly. You know, not just because a feature you think is like cool.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
Man, the time is flying. I feel like it's been like 10 years. I thought it was like 20 minutes. I'm thinking, like, man, it's like a long time, you know?
But that's what I'm saying, man. We could talk about EQs all day. We could talk about compressors all day, literally. That's what happens when you're an engineer and it's your life.
Yeah,
life.
It's an interesting life that we live, you know. But it's like as much stress as it comes with. I don't know, man. It's like there's definitely things sometimes that I hate about it, but then I'm like, there's a beauty in this struggle, you know?
Struggle. You mean at working as an engineer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it comes with its benefits, it comes with its drawbacks for sure. But
100%.
I don't know, man. It's like,
You gotta love it.
yeah, you gotta love it.
You just gotta love it, man.
You know what I mean? It's like, look, yeah, we're obviously, man, we trying to make millions. We're trying to make
100%.
ends doing that, you know? But the CRA doesn't want to let us live, you know what I mean?
Yeah, this guy got three pieces of mail from the
Oh, no, bro, I'm literally gonna make a whole piece about CRA on my private, on my other account. So
Crazy, man. They on you.
oh yeah, they are on me,
They
bro.
on you
It's
hard,
like,
bro.
I barely sleep, but it is what it is, you know?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Look, I feel like, I think we're gonna get a little political, you know, but I just feel like, man, Canada became a country that is like, it's harder and harder for you to succeed because as soon as you start doing a little bit better, they just like come after you, you know what I mean? So
Yeah, man, for real.
it is what it is, you know?
It is what it is.
But anyway, I think we good. I'm a little bit tired right now too, but hopefully this episode looks better than the other one. We had a couple of difficulties with the very first one that you guys gonna see. Well, you guys probably maybe saw it before.
Yeah.
But you know, we still learning. We still trying to figure it out as we go. And I think it's like, you know, we just having conversations about things. Like the thing is that me and there, we always have a conversation like that. You know, sometimes at like 2, 3 a.m. You know, he finishes the studio or something. We just have conversations like that. And I think especially for a lot of you know, up and coming guys, it's like a little bit more of an insight on what to expect, you know. And I just hope and I pray this new generation, whatever the teenagers that we have right now. I mean, bro, the amount of tools that these guys have, you guys can mix records on your phones.
Yeah, for real.
You guys can download the free software and there's EQs, compressors, auto-tune,
It's BandLab.
reverbs, like everything is on your phone. So it's like, you know, it's a very different era that we live in. But just don't be a bean.
That's gonna be the logo. I mean, the motto of our podcast.
Yeah, just
Don't be a bean.
Just don't be a bean. I'm gonna talk about like the interns and stuff. Like I'm gonna have we're gonna do a podcast one time when I just talk about just straight, just interns throughout the years and what happened, bro. Some crazy, and there's some crazy stories I never even told you, you know.
100%.
But anyway, let's wrap it up.
Yeah.
You know.
All right. Appreciate you guys watching the second episode of Behind the Console. We're gonna be back again every single week. We're gonna be releasing every single week. We're gonna have guest members as well in the future. So stay tuned, man. A lot of exciting stuff coming.
For sure, Ski.
100%.
All right, take care, guys.
Peace.
Enjoy. Oh, and subscribe, comment, and all that stuff.
Subscribe, comment, everything.
Yeah, because we need more engagement because apparently that's what algorithm wants and needs from us, I guess. And we didn't even upload yet, but whatever. All right, take care, guys. Peace out.